Hello everyone, we're back. We're going to do the dove's eyes. So, just to give you a review, this is where we started our needle weaving. We went here, 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 and followed in a step pattern all the way around. And this is where I've come out. So, as the step pattern goes, I'm matching up now where the beginning was. You do kind of have a choice when you continue. You can jump over here and continue the same way, although I wouldn't recommend it because then you have that thread traveling in the back behind here, so I wouldn't really do that. Instead, we're going to travel now the other way, go back down and around. So to start, come in here, and I'm doing this through the camera lens, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to see, but I'm going to come in here and we're going to go back around. Actually, and as I said before in the previous video, I've got my finger behind, I've got my thumb here, I'm actually pulling on the needle this way, and I've got my finger still behind. It's helping to keep that thread off to the right with my thumb positioning it, and I'm grabbing onto the thread so I have more control and pulling tight. And I'm almost even pinching. Actually, I am pinching when I pull tight. Okay, I'm going to sit down and do some stitching. I'll try to keep this in camera so you can see. And there. And we'll get around to do the dove's eyes. Let's do this. Okay. I don't know what to talk about while I'm doing this. Can you hear the train in the background? We're very close to two different train tracks in Sudbury, which is Northern Ontario, Canada. There's a lot of mining in this area, and I think a lot of the mining uses the trains, so trains are always going through town. Very often you get caught at the tracks when you're driving, and the trains are long. Whew, they are long. There's a long wait when you get caught at a train. All right. Keep going here. And as I said, we were doing this way. Now we're going to go back the other way, and that's okay. You're allowed to do that. All right. And as I said, I've only got 12 minutes, so I'm really hoping I've got enough time on this video to do this, because I do want to do the dove's eye with you. If not, I guess what we'll have to do is stop this video and continue on with the next video. But if that happens, well, we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, so the dove's eye, now let me get back in the camera here, stand up so I can see what I'm doing. The dove's eyes will be in these blocks. So in these blocks here. And what we do is you get 3 sides and a half, 3.5 sides done before you do the dove's eye. So when 3.5 are done, you do the dove's eye and finish that last half of the square, and then you go on to the next square. So let's do that so that you can see what I'm talking about. So I've got 3 sides done, and I'm getting the half, oh, excuse me, I'm getting the half done. And I find you'll have to do it for yourself to see. Sorry, I'm just going to my thread was getting twisted up. I find that I almost have to go a little over the half to make it look kind of right. And I'll show you when I get there. Let's keep going. Okay. So if you look at it, it looks like it's about half. But to be honest, I'm going to stand up again. So it looks like it's about half, But to be honest, I actually go a little beyond. And you know, the dove's eyes don't turn out perfect each and every time, but really they're close enough that they look good. Okay, so I have the thread going into my square. I'm going to do this from the camera, so I'm try to keep it in here. I've gone a little bit over the half. I have the thread into my square, and I start on this side and I go into the middle. Now I'm doing this through the camera, so my dove's eye may not be quite accurate, but you'll get the technique. I go into the middle of this bar and I bring the needle over top of that thread and pull it through. Okay, you can adjust after, but just don't pull it too tight. You don't want the bar to go too far in. That's your first part. Into the middle of this bar, you got to give it a good, over top of the thread, pull it through. Now you'll see my bar is kind of bent. Again, I'm just going to straighten it out. Give it a slight tug, not much, you don't need much. And in this bar, into the middle, over top of the thread. Oh, I didn't go over top. There we go. So over top of the thread, and get my bar straightened out. Now, like I said, I'm doing it through the camera, so it's taking me a little bit longer than I normally do, and I can't really see if I'm accurate and in the middle, but okay. See, that bar is there. Okay. The very last, you go under the last thread. So under the last thread, which is your beginning thread, and then complete, oh, I really can't see. Hang on a second. I'm going to go down and complete your bar. Make adjustments. Make adjustments and complete that bar. All right. Get this last part in. Turn my work. Oh, turn it this way because I go to the right. And start the next. Okay, so because I did it from the camera lens, I didn't quite get it as accurate as I normally do, but at least you've got the technique. So it doesn't quite look right. I'm not sure why. Maybe what I'll do is, this will be Dove's Eye Part 1. I'll do a few and I'll do Dove's Eye Part 2. As I said, I did it in the camera, so it's it looks a little bit off. And I'm at 9 minutes. Okay. Here's the dove's eyes in this piece. Now they're not exact. Each one looks a little bit different, but they're fairly close. Now really, I suppose if I had done this in a hoop, it would probably be even more accurate. A hoop and a stab method would probably be even more accurate. But when people are looking at the piece, It's difficult to see. I mean, unless you're really studying it, it looks pretty good, if I don't say so myself. At any rate, let me work on a few more, and if I'm really off, oh, I've got the back showing. If I'm really off, I'll come back on and do another, do it again, just to make it more accurate. But if I did it right, it's just because I did it through the camera. It looks awkward. You'll see it. Definitely, though, ask me questions if you have any, please. Thank you very much once again for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, the next thing that we are going to have to do, if the dove's eye is good, the very last thing we're going to do is cut around our cloister, our blanket stitches. And I will do that on camera with you as well. At any rate, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.